Hey everybody, today I'm going to tell you about my mechanical keyboard. I have a POKER 3 or a POKER, which is a ridiculous product name. I don't really use them for all the crazy functions or any of that kind of stuff. I use them because I love the way the keys feel under my fingers. So I'm here at work and I'm going to show you this POKER 3 keyboard. So this is the backlit version. It's not the RGB version. It will light up your room. So you don't want to have this backlight, on in the bedroom or whatever. It will light up your room. So it does have the Cherry MX blue switches. So this is my work setup. It's the POKER 3 keyboard and the Logitech M570 trackball. So I had been reading about mechanical keyboards for a few weeks before I got the Razer that I have at home. And I got that at home and I really liked it. So eventually I was like, I want to get one for work, but I want something small so my desk can look like clean, which it never really does, but that was the idea. I did some research and I was gonna get a Happy Hacker, but then I came across this POKER 3 on Amazon and started reading some reviews. It had good reviews, and so I got one and I absolutely love it. I will say the programming layers are okay. It is pretty easy to program something in, like if you want to type a word out, where you can get a keyboard command to type in one of your passwords. It's kind of weird to have a password stored on a keyboard, so that's up to you. That's a personal thing. That's a personal choice. I've had this POKER 3 keyboard for almost a year and I have never had a problem with it. My Razer keyboard at home at one point stopped working and I actually mailed it in and received a new one in the mail. That was pretty magical, getting a brand new keyboard back in the mail. My warranty's out now. It doesn't start over every time you receive a replacement as far as I understand, so next time it goes bad I'll have to buy a new keyboard. On my Razer what happened was the apostrophe key just got where it only activated some of the time. Now the trackball, I got it as something just to try out. They're not real expensive, like I don't know the exact price, but I think the thing was like 20 bucks. And it's one of those things that's on Amazon that just has thousands of great reviews. So I thought 20 bucks for something that is fantastic, I'm probably going to love it. So I've had this at my desk for a long time. I love it except for when I'm editing video. When I'm editing and I'm really trying to hone in on a spot and make slow movements, the trackball is not ideal. It does the job though. If it was all I ever used, then I might be more used to it. I have that fantastic Logitech G502 at home. So the trackball, I also have these up and down buttons that work as backwards and forwards on the internet, and that's actually a feature I use. Being able to hit the back button on the mouse is something I do, so that I can just kind of have the trackball and surf the web, no keyboard, just kick back looking at the screen. Another cool thing about this trackball, it's wireless. I put a battery in it when I got it and I've never changed batteries in it again, and it never gives me any problems. Sometimes you have to pop out the ball and just I literally just take my sleeve and wipe around in there. You could actually wash this thing if you wanted and then pop it back in, and that's the Logitech M570 wireless trackball. Pretty cool little thing. The trackball is weird. I sort of part of me wants to get one at home and keep my mouse and have a trackball. One thing that's cool about the trackball is you can literally put it anywhere and it feels the way it's supposed to feel. If you tried to put your mouse up here and look at the screen, it would be very strange. The thumb ball, your mind doesn't associate it with these kind of movements, so actually it's perfectly comfortable to hold my trackball right here. This is not how I normally use my trackball. I'm just giving you a good example of one of the things that makes a trackball unique. You can be kicked back on the sofa and just, you could have your trackball right there on your knee. No big deal. By the way, speaking of kicking back on the sofa with the trackball on your knee, I want to build a little computer for home that hooks up to the TV in my living room. That is something that's on my agenda. It's not expensive to build a PC. If I just want to use it to play media and to display the internet on my big TV. I don't want to do any editing or powerful processing, so it's inexpensive. That's something that's on my agenda. So this video is not really a review as much as just me exclaiming that I love my mechanical keyboards. I like the way that the keys feel under my fingers. I like the sound. To use the arrow keys, it's I and JKL. There's a function button here, or else caps lock also serves as a function key. So to use the arrow keys, you just hit the caps lock with your pinky over here, and then these are your arrow keys. There's a dip switch back here that sets the caps lock to serve as a function key, and that allows you to, instead of having to hit the function key down here, you can hit caps lock and have it serve as a function. Surprisingly, I never miss caps lock. When I'm chatting with Amanda on Google Hangouts and I want to type all caps as like something funny or a joke, is the only time I'm ever like, darn, I wish I had caps lock. When I switched that dip switch on the back, I thought, well, I'll try this, but I probably need caps lock. But it turns out you really don't need caps lock. I want to say this, I don't remember the exact price. I want to say this keyboard was like $130. So it's pretty steep for a keyboard, but it's a fantastic keyboard. The response of all the keys is amazing. Really, if one of these keys went bad, since it uses the Cherry MX Blues, I could order one from Mouser and replace it. I'm not saying I'd do that. If one of these keys went bad, maybe it'd be time to get a new keyboard. But I could repair it, as simple as a soldering iron. When I bought it, I partially justified buying it like, well, if a key goes bad, I can just replace the switch. It is true, it's something I can do. I'm not sure if it's something I will do, but it's a possibility. Let me show you how easy it is to program. Okay, so first I'm gonna switch to a programming layer. You have layer 2, 3, and 4. You can program all of them. You might not be able to see, but it says layer 2, layer 3, and layer 4. So I'm just gonna switch to layer, let's just do layer 3. You see this lights up red right here? You can barely see it. Now to go to programming mode, you hit function control, and you see this blue light come on. Now I'm gonna pick the key. I'm gonna make it so that when I click the S key, see that starts blinking because I picked S, that it types subscribe. Exclamation point. When you're done doing the programming, you hit the PN button to stop, and see that went solid, and then function control exits program mode. If you watch up here, if I hit S, it types subscribe. You see right here? If I hit S down here, it types subscribe up here. So you could also, if you wanted to make it type your password for you, you would enter the programming mode. Let's just select P for password, and then if your password is the word password, it better not be. And then hit PN to stop programming, and control function to get out of programming mode. Now, if you type P, it will type your password. So that's how easy it is to program the keyboard to do some typing like a macro. I will say, I've had some issues with capital letters. When I tried to program in a password that had capital letters, I could not get it to work, so I just gave up on that. For me personally, the programming is more of a novelty, and just the wonderful response, the great compact design of the keyboard is what it's all about. If you're looking for like in-depth programming, there are better keyboards out there for that. But this thing is just a really cool keyboard and a really compact package. So anyway, I just thought I'd make not exactly a review, but just a kind of a show and tell of the mouse and keyboard I use at work, because it's a pretty cool setup. Also, I have this bag here. You can literally put the keyboard in the bag and the trackball and take it with you wherever you go. It's not small like a cell phone, but if you want to go back and forth and have your cool keyboard everywhere you go, it's not hard to carry around. And the carrying case is completely separate. It doesn't fit exact, but it works great. It's this. Chitin Graffiti, spelled wrong. What is with all these technology items with the poor spelling? Grifiti. So that's it. That's my input devices for work. That's my mouse and keyboard for work, or my trackball and keyboard. I genuinely like these products. They make me feel better about my computing situation at work. They make me feel good about my desk. So I mean, I would genuinely recommend these to you. If you've never used a trackball, you know, maybe try one. It's different. And mechanical keyboards are the absolute coolest feeling keyboards. I don't know if you remember what it was like to use like an IBM in elementary school. They had these clicky keys way back in the day. Well, that's what these keyboards have. And still, to this day, that's like top of the line keyboard technology. The type of key is still Cherry MX. They have different colors, and each one has a different strength resistance and a different tactile feeling under your fingers. So I like the blue. It's sort of the classic clicky keyboard feel. If you're interested, just type mechanical keyboard in Google and go to town learning about it, because there's a lot to it. I'm just gonna stop now. I could talk about this keyboard and trackball all night long. I'm Bird Snake. Thanks for watching. Hello everybody. Today I'm going to... Oops. Hello everybody. Today I'm going to tell you about my mechanical keyboards. It's in there. Whoa. It never worked again.